Welcome back to another reaction for a Livid Lady's Guide to Getting Even, How I Crushed My Homeland with My Mighty Grimoires, Episode 6.
救出に行きましょう。エリー様。村にいる男たちを捕らえて尋問でもすれば、少しは敵軍の情報が手に入るでしょう。
よし、一丁暴れてやるか。
待ってちょうだい。村にはエルザのパーティーで行くわ。
どうしてだよ。みんなで攻め込めばいいじゃないか。
まだ野営地の設営が終わっていないのよ。ここの守りをおろそかにできない。あなたたちにはそれを任せたいの。安心して。あなたたちには後々暴れてもらうから。
分かったよ。
そういうことだから、エルザ。
すぐに準備しよう。いつ出る？
もうすぐ日が暮れる。暗くなったら行動開始としましょう。
Okay. We do know she is not to be trifled with. She doesn't have a problem making her hands dirty. So, or at least that is what she claims. So let's see. Taking back the fortress. Okay.
動かないで。いい？手を離すけど、騒いだり抵抗したら即殺すわよ。理解したらゆっくりと瞬きしなさい。さて、まずあなたたちは何者かしら。
待ってくれ。何でも話す。俺たちはハルドリア王国のものだ。
ハルドリア王国？王国が属国のために援軍を出したってこと？続けて。
王太子様が従軍すれば金を与えるって。
王太子？
そうだ。紛争が起こった時、たまたま王太子様が軍事訓練で国境の近くにいたとこで。
フリードが軍事訓練に参加？今まで何かと理由をつけて逃げていたくせに、しかも偶然近くにいたですって。まるで紛争が起こることが分かっていたかのように。ああ、なるほど。エリー様、何かがおかしいと思っていたけれど、あのバカが噛んでいたのか。さあ、
I mean, he probably still at the border, I assume. Maybe in the fortress. So we find him. Maybe we can just kill him and blame it on the war?
ジャス小王国は食料自給率が低く、特に塩はハルドリア王国からの支援に頼っている。そしてその支援はフリードの仕事。かつては私が書類を作り、フリードはサインするだけだったが、今は支援の内容を決めるのはフリード。フリードが塩を占めると言えば、サージャスはどんな指示でも聞くしかない。フリードの動機は単純だ。私がフォローしなくなったことで下がり続ける自分の評価を武勲を立てて挽回しようと考えたのだろう。あなたたちはこの村の住人に何をしたの？
The problem is that he's not really proving himself, right? Unless he is leading the soldiers. Because otherwise, there's no connections. You only get the accolades of the army if you are involved in that campaign by leading the army or being the commander of the army. But you need to be in the war. You can't be at home and be like, yup, all me. No one is going to believe you. No one that is important, at least.
それは村の男連中は抵抗したから。
殺したのね。女子供は？
女子供は家に閉じ込めて、いろいろと。
もういいわ。せっかくだし教えてあげる。あなたたちのやったことは戦時国際法違反。重罪よ。
重罪？でも俺たちは王太子様に命令されたことを。
王太子が村を襲えと命令したの。
ああ、
ハルドリアの王太子様はサージャスを滅
Why would he do that? That's so fucking stupid. But he's also fucking stupid, so who knows?
ぼしたいのか。
滅ぼす？
民間人に手を出された以上、帝国は和平交渉に応じられない。帝国は受けた被害に見合うだけの報復をサージャスにするでしょうね。
下手をすれば全面戦争に突入です。
そんな。
事の重大さが分かったなら全て話しなさい。村にはあなた以外何人いるの？
見張りが4人。村長の家に指揮官と兵が2人だ。
そう。
行こうか。
なあ、あんたたちと一緒に俺も連れて行ってくれないか？俺、償いたいんだ。あんたたちと一緒に戦って傷つけてしまった村人たちに。
How do you atone for this? You can't. You killed a bunch of people. How do you expect to atone for any of this?
償いをしたい。
あなた何を言っているの？頭の中にお花畑でも広がっている？償いですって。今のあなたにできることは一つだけ。可能な限り長く苦しんで死ぬこと。それがあなたにできる償いよ。
See, she's willing to get her hands dirty. And yes, this is the only way you would be able to atone for what you did. I mean, sure, you followed the prince's orders, but you would still question if you got this command. You should question if your superior is like, yeah, go and kill all the civilians in a village. It's like, that is not really what war is. It's not about killing civilians, but you know.
やめてくれ。孫には手を出さんでくれ。
安心しろ。みんなで可愛がってやるからよ。
Also not what I don't understand that. But you know. This is the point. All of them. If I was a soldier and I engage in a war, I fight people who are fighting me. It's like war, okay. They are killers, I am a killer. We are doing this for our nation. Sure, whatever. But as soon as you attack a civilian unprompted, it's like not really war. Not only are you killing the man, you are also, you know, trying to do stuff to the women and children for all I know. And it's like, yeah, this is not war. This is not part of the war. At least this is not what we as a society have agreed was about. Now, does this stuff happen in war? Sure. But this is not, in my opinion at least, it's not part of war. You know, you can be tried for like, okay, you fought against the enemies, you killed a lot of enemy soldiers. That is part of war. That is what your superior more or less decided. I'm not going to prosecute you for that. But what you do against non-combatants, that I would definitely try to punish you for that. You know, killing innocent guys, doing whatever they want to do here. This would be all, yeah, you are going to get punishment for this. This is not part of the war.
見てこい。へいへい。なんだ。
He's probably below the door. I don't know how she cut through that, but could be strong.
なんだお前。くそ、離せよ。
おとなしくしなさい。他のやつは始末したわ。生きているのはあなただけ。
命だけは。
She just cut through the door. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. Good detail, good eye for the detail, because it was like the door's on top. But yeah, she cut through the door. Fair enough. Fair enough. Strong sword, maybe magically enchanted. Maybe she's just a beast. Fair enough. Big props to the story for having a character who's like, yeah, no forgiving, no second chance. You are a beast and I deal with you like I would with any other beast.
それはあなた次第。助かりたいなら死ぬ気でさえずりなさい。
話したら助けてくれるのか。
無駄なさえずりはいらないわ。聞かれたことだけ答えなさい。ブロッケン砦の軍編成で知っていることは有益な情報なら私は許してあげましょう。
Okay.
砦の南側に。
Now, different soldiers, okay. Now, this is one of those things where to get information, sometimes you have to be lenient to people. I mean, we had this situation like with the files and Ghislaine. And it's like the argument is, okay, if she is going to help us find more perpetrators, maybe it's good to have like a little bit of leniency, you know, quid pro quo. We give you a little bit of something and you give us a lot of stuff. Some people don't agree with that. I'm like, it's the lesser of two evils, essentially. So I can see why he would engage in this.
サージャスも正規兵がいて、北側にはすごく強い傭兵団を配置しているらしい。
Oh right, the
So,
ones that are
傭兵
rocked
だ。
or something?
それはどこから集められた兵なの？特徴は？
俺にもよくわからない。顔もよくわからない。不気味な連中だったからな。
You are not doing good giving us information. You know, you give us information, we may leave you alone.
もういいだろう。知ってることは全部喋ったぞ。
エリーさん、こっちの準備ができました。
分かったわ。
なんだ。答えたら許してくれるんだろう。
ええ、許すわよ。私はね。でもみんなはあなたを許すかしら。
こいつがお父さんを許さない。許さない。許さない。許さない。
待って。
許さない。
助けて。
許さない。
しばらくは村の近くで様子を見ましょう。
First off, I would have probably disarmed him and gotten rid of his armor. I mean, this is essentially how you can solve these problems. You did to them something bad, they get to decide what happens to you as a collective. If everyone agrees this is your punishment, then, or most people at least, then that is your punishment. Now, granted, humans are really reluctant. Normally, humans are pretty reluctant to engage in like physical altercations and potentially injure or even kill someone. Normally. Naturally, there are a lot of idiots out there. But if you are a normal human and you are somewhat intelligent, you normally don't want to hurt someone unless they do something, you know? You are not going on the street and you're punching some random dude. But if they do something to you, then stuff changes. However, killing someone, that is a pretty big hurdle. So, also it is some kind of, it depends. In this case, because him being alive did put quite a burden on these people, and them killing him may reduce that burden. But it may also add a different burden of, you know, having killed someone. However, this is also Middle Ages. Maybe this is where they are a little bit differently wired where it's kill or be killed. Especially, you shouldn't forget, they killed all the guys. So this village has no men anymore. At least most men are dead. That means all the hunting is probably reduced or gone. Farming is going to be more of a problem. Anything that needs manpower is going to be a problem now. So they probably have to abandon the village, I would assume. So I can understand them being like, yeah, we don't care. Maybe they in like Middle Ages did not really care too much about killing other people because it was more of the normal in that time because of all the wars and all the stuff that happens around them.
他にも部隊が潜んでいるかもしれないわ。はい。
あれはどうする？
そうね。村人の気が済んだら片付けましょうか。
エリーさん、レブリック子爵軍との接触に成功しました。こちらは
イグルと申します。領主ルーカス・レブリックに成り代わり感謝を申し上げます。
お力になれて幸いです。
では早速。
I could see them maybe opening their shop here, their workshop here, or get these women also to the workshop city.
我が軍の現状についてですが、南の草原に簡易陣地を設営し、敵兵を排除しながら砦に向かって進軍しております。また、今回の紛争にはフリート殿下が関わっていらっしゃるようで。
Which is, to be honest, quite ironic, because he's called Prince Friede, and Friede is German for peace. But he's the one making conflict.
存じてますわ。
外交ルートを通じてハルドリア王国に抗議しておりますが、
多分無駄ですわね。それこそフリードが帝国侵略の指示を出した物的証拠でもない限り、王国は関与を否定するでしょう。ルーカス様の今後のご予定は
？Let's just, he has to be in that different, country or whatever. Maybe we can just surprise him and kill him. Just kill him. Just get rid of him. He's garbage. He's awfully written. I don't want him in the story.
我々はサージャス軍に実効支配されている村々を解放しながら東へと進み、ブロッケン砦を奪還する予定です。
なるほど。では私たちも。
Are we nuking the fortress?
義勇軍の方々も村々を解放しながら砦へ向かっていただけますでしょうか。
わかりましたわ。ルーカス様には向こうでお会いしましょうとお伝えくださいませ。ミレイ、みんなを集めて東へ向かうわ。かしこまりました。
ルノー様、こちらも届きました。鑑定もお願いします。了解です。それと聞きました。うちの生産拠点の村のこと。運び込んだ荷物のほとんどがサージャス軍に奪われてしまったって。ほんとひどいですよね。とにかく今私たちができることはエリー様が無事戻られるまでこの紹介を守ること。頑張りましょう。はい。
よく来てくれた、エリー会長。
ルーカス様もご無事で何よりですわ。
エリー会長が投資している例の村はどうだった？
運び込んだ物資がほぼ挑発されてしまったものの、人的な被害は免れました。
そうか。死者が出なかったことを喜ぶべきか。
命は戻りませんからね。ですが、物は別です。
That's true.
取られた物資はきっちりと代価を支払っていただきますわ。
とりあえず今から作戦会議だ。
Here's the thing, you don't really know how she can be. I mean, she was very ruthless. I could see if she has a spell that is strong enough. I could see her just going up to the fortress and just calling down a giant lightning bolt which nukes the fortress and everyone inside.
義勇軍からも何名か参加してくれ。
承知いたしましたわ。では後ほど。
この変わりよう、恐ろしい人だ。
石膏が前方にブロッケン砦を確認しました。
ブロッケン砦は非常に守りの固い砦だ。
こちらは
レブリック子爵軍軍団長
ドレックだ。あの砦は正面から攻め込むのは難しい。であれば取るべき作戦は一つ。
神器を使える者のみで侵入し一気に制圧ですわね。
神器を使える者は？
こちらは私とエルザの2人です。
Mm.
我々は
You can
自
as
分
well.
とルーカス様ですが。構わん、自国の危機だ。今戦わずしていつ戦う？
And just having a divine artifact doesn't mean you are good at fighting, right?
では少数精鋭で一気に制圧するということでよろしいでしょうか。
提案がありますわ。攻め込むのならばルーカス様とドレック軍団長は砦の南から、私とエルザは北側から攻め込む方が良いかと。
ほう、なぜだ？
こちらが得た情報では砦内南側にサージャスの正規兵が配置されています。
兵士の中には神器を使える者はおりません。ただハルドリア王国が援軍に来ています。どうやら王太子であるフリード殿下が勝手に軍を率いてきたようなのだけれど、フリード殿下とこの騎士のロベルト・アーティは神器を使えるはずですわ。
フリード王
So
太
they're
子
in
か。
the fortress?
余計なことをしてくれたものだ。
Then we don't need any. We don't really need any evidence, right? He's in our fort. We just take him prisoner and be like, yeah. No, he invaded our country, or he was at least part of the invasion. Or we could just execute him. I mean, if he surrenders, you know, killing the surrendered is a war crime and stuff, but who's going to snitch? No one.
が王太子とその護衛なら無理に残って戦ったりはしないだろ
う。私も同感です。自国の危機でもないのに王太子が危険を冒すとは思えません。戦況が不利になればすぐに撤退するはず。
Okay.
そして北側には凄腕の傭兵団が配置されているそうですわ。
では北側に神器使いが？
可能性はかなり高いです。だからこそ私たちに任せていただきたいのです。私は魔法による広範囲攻撃が得意ですし、エルザは永久冒険者。叶わない相手でも逃げ切ることは可能でしょ。
まあな。
わかった。だが無理はするな。
If he runs away as soon as the fight starts, why are we not just capturing him? He's then alone with like a little contingent of soldiers. Probably easy to just catch. And then we have our evidence. And we can torture him.
自らの命を優先しろ。
もちろんですわ。
Also, didn't you have like 3 or 4 other troops at your command? What are they doing?
とにかく時間がない。ミレイ、あなたはここでみんなの指揮を頼むわ。
はい、エリー様。決行は？
本日の夕刻、闇に紛れて。砦の奪還と参りましょう。一応確認なんだけど、
私が物見とエリーは駐屯地のあたりから潜入だろ？
ええ。潜入した後は可能な限り敵戦力をすりつぶす。派手に暴れて構わないわ。
捕虜など必要ないのだな。
ええ。ただ非戦闘員はなるべく殺さないでね。さらわれた村人もいるかもしれないし。
わかった。
時間よ。行きましょう。
おい、そろそろ交代だ。ああ、助かる。もう眠くてたまんねえ。
I really do like that she, because we saw at the beginning she more or less trained and everything. She's a typical villainous type character that is like, okay, I'm going to become the queen, so I need to be good at everything, at leading the country, doing all the economic stuff, but also I need to be trained in martial arts, in warfare, because I may need to lead soldiers and stuff. But in most other stories, it rarely comes into play. I do like that here we see her do that. I mean, she's a badass. You wouldn't really believe it with her stature, but being able to decapitate 2 people at once is just really badass.
捕まっている村人がいる。威力の強い魔法は使えないわね。アイスレイン。
ひょうだ！
アイスバレット。
So much for I can't use destructive magic.
何をやってる？魔法を打ち込まれているんだ。術師をさっさと見つけて。
On the mage.
女だ！侵入者だ！
固まれ！掛け持ちは前に出ろ！
基本に忠実な婦人。そこそこの実力の傭兵。
Yeah, but this is just going to enable her to get rid of all of them at the same time. It would have been nice if she had like a spell. My assumption would have been like a big rain spell that slowly but surely pulls water inside the fortress, so they, have to go out or open the doors, kind of deal.
だけど、この程度で砦を陥落させることはありえないわ。
So,
それなら
AoE?
一気に型をつけるとしましょう。
What we
輝く吐息、凍てつく突風。命を飲み込む氷結の吹雪。我が名はフィンリル。ブリザードブレス。
I'm just now realizing she's not even using her book. She's casting the spell alone. I do not remember what kind of what element is she's good at, because the book allows her to use spells even if it's not her element. So I guess her element is ice. For her to use it without the book. You come to into this situation, you see the woman, you see a bunch of ice, and you are like, yeah, I would guess she can use magic. Let me guess. It's an ice magician. How did you know? I don't know, just a guess. I mean, if you already are shouting stupid information, do it right. Be like, it's a woman, it's an ice mage, she's powerful, careful, she also is good with a sword, and she's cute. Give all the information.
さっきの氷の雨もあいつが。
フリージングアース。
足が。
魔女って失礼ね。エルザはどうかしら。
She's gonna be fine.
あちらはずい。
She's redhead. She has a ponytail. She's an egg. She's called Elsa. She's gonna be fine. She's gonna be fine.
随分と派手にやっているな。
よそ見とは余裕だな。
お前の動きは見ているよ。ここまでの無謀のシュートはまるで違う。なるほど。あんたらが噂の凄腕の傭兵団か。
噂とやらは知らないが、あんたほどの実力者に褒められるのは悪い気はしねえな。
For elite mercenaries, they suck.
深追いするな。囲んで少しずつ削れ。互いをフォローしろ。
一人一人はそれほどでもないが、複数で来られるのは厄介だな。何よりあの男の指揮。
最後まで焦るな。間合いを取って確実に攻撃しろ。
まずい。
そろそろ統合するかい？
面白い冗談だ。
Right, she has a divine thingy. We didn't see that until now, right?
ならどうする？
こうするのさ。
It's a sword?
仁義フェニーテスパーダ。
今の魔力の動き、エルサが神器を使った。あちらが本命ってことね。
神器だ。何をやってる？かかれ！
I mean, for someone who was like, take it slow, be smart, don't overextend, it's now go, go, go. Not going to work. I would have, I would have been okay with the idea that she would maybe go into fist fighting. Would have been also nice. But I mean, a fire sword, you never can go wrong with a fire sword. Fire swords are cool.
身体能力をべらぼうに上げるタイプか。だが、数はこちらが有利。
She has a fucking fire sword. What do you mean?
押し続けろ！
仁義グリモア・ベルゼブブ、ファイヤーバレット。
随分と乱暴な登場だな。
仁義使い二人は分が悪い。パターン B 撤退する。
エルザ逃がさないで。まさかこの式か。
やはりな、まともに剣で打ち合わないのはそいつが魔法武器フリューゲルだからか。
What?
ミスリルすら簡単に両断できる反面、随分と脆い代物だと聞くからな。
よく知っているわね。
どこぞの国の宝物庫に収められていると噂。
Oh, okay. Whew. I was a little confused. So the sword is called Flügel. It is very sharp, but it is brittle. Magic lets it cut right through. That is why, again, I mean, that was the assumption that she has a super sharp sword. That is what allowed her to cut through the door and the guy. But you can't really use it to fight a different sword. It's more for cutting, less for fighting.
宝物庫に収められていると噂で聞いていたが、
Or slashing
あん
the
た
head.
一体何者だ？
私はただの商人ですわ。
I do like that she has like seemingly some kind of race or vambrace to be able to counter. I mean, this is one you don't really see it that often, sadly. In like media, you see these big shields, but you rarely see the small dual shields. You know, the small little bucklers and stuff, which are perfect for situations like this, where you use your, essentially, you just want enough protection for your arm to be able to block the sword and deflect it or parry it. So you can use your main hand to counterattack. Those are a lot better for being nimble instead of being the big shield, which is more for you to stand your ground.
やっとか。
先行だ。
エリー、あそこだ。
サージャス小王国のグリント王子。まずい。マジックスクロールで逃げる気よ。
ゲート。
逃げられ
Wouldn't
た。
magic have been faster than running?
ええ。
I mean, you could have even thrown a sword.
だけど当初の目的は果たしたわ。
砦は奪還しサージャス軍を追い払ったが問題はこれからだな。
帝国法に明記されているように帝国市民はすべて皇帝陛下の財産である。村人であろうと他国から不当に害されるとなればそれは皇帝陛下の財産に手を出したことと同じ。
外交ルートを通じて謝罪と賠償を求めるのが穏便だが帝国はサージャス小王国との国交がないし合わせてハルドリア王国にも賠償を求めたいが。
It's time for a counterattack. We take some stuff of theirs. I mean, makes sense. And if we can even do that, we go unto the capital and we go and capture the emperor. Or the king or whatever. And then we can see what is... Because the Sarja is not that big normally. And it is weird that they started this conflict at all. Because we know it's because of the prince. So it shouldn't be a problem to just go and invade them or counterattack.
あのバカはともかく宰相を務めるレイストン公爵は確実に証拠を隠滅し王国の関わりをなかったことにするでしょう。
であればここで取るべき選択は一つだな。皆よく聞け。我々はこれよりサージャス小王国へ進行する。
Nice.
ルカ様。
It just makes sense. You attacked us, we are going to counterattack, and we're going to make clear that we are superior, and we are going to demand that you do stuff. I don't know what.
どうした？サージャス軍が白旗を上げ投降を希望しています。その中にロベルト・アーティと名乗る者が。ロベルト？フリード王太子のこの騎士ではないか？
彼と会わせていただけますか？
The kingdom of Sarja, the soldiers are raising the white flags. They surrender. And there is the Prince Freed's personal knight. Wouldn't that automatically link those two together? Also, I mean, surrendering is fine and all, but you do need to... You have to pay. You just have to. We will see, I guess, next episode how this gets resolved. But yeah, I mean, nice little episode. We saw that Our Lady is willing to get her hands dirty. And not only one, she also is very strong. She has a really awesome sword. She's going to cut down some fools if she needs to. She's very effective with the usage of her magic. I mean, essentially, 4 people were able to take the whole fort back, which is insane if you think about it that way. It's very nice. It is sad to say, but it is refreshing to have a character that is not being like, oh, I can't kill anyone, giving someone a second chance, or, you know, not ending the conflict in a resolute way. Because there are too many goody two shows in anime that don't do that. I like characters like this a lot more. I feel like this is just more realistic. That you would do the same if you were, you grew up in this world and all of that. So yeah, we are in a position where we want to go and counterattack, but they surrendered. So now we have to more or less open our the conversations of peace talk. It is a little bit weird that the commander of the prince, personal knight, that he is here. Maybe the idea is to throw him under the bus. He gets blamed for everything. And so this way the prince doesn't get blamed. I don't even know where the prince is, to be honest. The idea was, hey, the prince, if the fight goes bad, he's going to run away. We saw the prince of the Sarja kingdom, but not really of the prince freed, right? So I don't know what happened there. Again, I'm assuming the personal knight is going to be thrown under the bus. It's going to be declared that he did all of this without the involvement of the kingdom and stuff, or empire. I guess we will have to see. But I really enjoyed this episode. Really nice.